Hello guys, Robot1 here, coming out to you today with a new video, and it's going to be my my Odd Eyes deck profile for you guys. Now, I wanted to do an Odd Eyes deck profile today because I felt like, okay, Odd Eyes, they're a decent deck. They're a deck that don't really get much shine, but I kind of want to just give them a little bit of spotlight for a change, try to show you guys why they're good. And what they can actually do in the format. Now, this is obviously not a tier 0 deck, tier 1 deck. It's more of like a tier 2, tier maybe tier 1.5 deck at best. But looking at the deck as a whole, it actually has a lot of different strategies. It has a lot of different combos. Obviously, the main one is just like, oh, I'm gonna beat down my opponent as quickly as possible and make some like Red Eyes Flare Dragon if I don't kill him. But I feel like this deck does have a lot of fun strategies and has a lot of fun effects, so I felt like making a deck profile on it today, just to give the deck a little shine, just to be like, oh, there's not only Pendulum Magicians, there's not only Metal Foes, but there's also this option of a Pendulum deck to play as well. So, yeah, guys, this is an Odd Eyes deck profile. I have done testing with this deck before. It does work really, really well. Just for the fact that it's very consistent. It's almost as consistent as Pendulum Magicians, but obviously a little bit slower because of it's not on the level. It doesn't have something like Time Pendulum Graph either, which is kind of sad, but the deck is very good, and also something you got to realize with this deck, it is a going second deck, so if you're playing it, you're going to want to go second more than first, but it does have turn 1 plays as well, so if you guys are ready to hear the video profile, let's get into the profile, because it's something that I do enjoy to play, and I do like to actually play the deck here as well. It's very fun to play, and it's just like, it's a fun like tier 2, tier 1.5 deck just to play sometimes, so let's get into the profile. So we play free Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon. We play free Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon because Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon is honestly, it's the main card in the deck. It's an Odd Eyes deck. If you're not playing free of it, you're not playing the deck properly. It's literally one of the best Odd Eyes as well, just because of during the end phase, you can search any Pendulum monster with 1500 or less attack from your deck and add it to your hand. Sure, it's during the end phase, which is kind of slow, but still, it's really good. Plus, it has an ability effect that does double damage, which is very, very powerful as well, especially seeing as there's a way to give monsters piercing damage in this deck, and there's actually 2 ways to do that, and because of that, it just makes Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon just so much more powerful, just being able to do piercing damage, double piercing damage, on all fronts, and we all know how powerful piercing damage, double damage is, just for the fact of stuff like Chaos Max Dragon, just for the fact of stuff like Metal Foes Orichalc, like cards that have shown power just from being able to do double damage, and this card is no exception to that, just being able to do double damage. Next, we play 3 of the new guy, 3 Odd Eyes Arc Pendulum Dragon. This is really the reason why the deck is somewhat competitive right now. It's the reason why this deck is actually able to function as its own deck, and the reason for that is its pendulum effect. As you can tell, it's a normal monster, so in the monster zone, it's not really doing much, but its pendulum effect is basically when an Odd Eyes card is destroyed, you can summon an Odd Eyes card from your hand, deck, or graveyard, and this card honestly just creates loops in the deck. It just creates so much advantage in the deck during your end phase. You're able to, if you destroy Odd Eyes, you're able to summon one from deck. You're able to get plays that you need. You're able to just do so much, and this card allows you to make stuff like turn 1 vortexes. It allows you to make stuff like it allows you to make advantage, and it allows you to just do so much that this card is actually really, really powerful in the deck. If it wasn't for this card, the deck would not be anywhere near the tier 2 range, and I feel like because of that, Odd Eyes really do shine thanks to this card. So free Odd Eyes Arc Pendulum Dragon, just because of its effect where if an Odd Eyes card is destroyed, summon one from anywhere other than the extra deck, and that's just so powerful. Honestly, it really is such a good effect, guys. Next, we play 3 Odd Eyes Phantasm Dragon. Another card that I needed to wait for before I could actually play this deck. I know there's a bit of glare, guys. I am sorry. Can't really do much about that. But Free Odd Eyes Phantasm Dragon. This card is also your other level 7. You want to be playing as many of your level 7 monsters as possible. And this card is no exception to that. This card basically it's additional damage, essentially. If it's in scale, it can give any battling monster an additional 1200 attack points once per turn. And, well, if you have another Odd Eyes in the scale, and if it does damage, if it inflicts battle damage to your opponent, when I'm just going to read the effect. When this card is Pendulum Summoned card, when this Pendulum Summon card inflicts the battle damage to your opponents by attacking, you can inflict damage to your opponent equal to the number of Odd Eyes cards in your Pendulum Zone times 1200. So, essentially, you attack with this, you're doing a minimum of, it doesn't say in battle damage. So, battle damage, the way I believe this is ruled is, at least that's what I've seen so far, is if you attack, you're doing a minimum of 4,900 damage every time. This card is an easy 4,900 damage card, and just so insane, just for the fact of that. And in scale, outside of scale, it's very good, just because you can make Odd Eyes of 37 beat stick, being able to give it piercing damage as well, which is really, really good. And just because of it's a level 7, it lets you go into your rank 7 plays, which is really powerful. And we all know how powerful rank 7s were back in the days with stuff like Dragon Rollers and stuff. But yeah, free Phantasm Dragon. You play 2 Mirage Dragon. Mirage Dragon is there just as another level 8 scale. Really, you really don't really have him on board very often, but when you do have him on board, he's still very decent. Just because he's able to protect any Odd Eyes monster from being destroyed once per turn, and that's during either player's turn, so he's at 2 because he's there for an 8 scale, but if you ever summon him, he does have a somewhat decent effect. Next, 2 Persona Dragon. We run 2 Persona Dragon on the pure fact that Persona Dragon allows you to negate extra effects. If you summon Persona Dragon, Persona Dragon's effect is going to allow you to negate any extra monster effect once per turn, and because of that, it's actually very good. Just being able to negate any extra deck monster's effect once per turn is actually very powerful. So, yeah, 2 Persona Dragon is very, very good, and it is, like, it just helps a lot, guys. I'm not even going to joke on that fact. It really does help. Next, we play 3 Skullcrobat Joker. Obviously, this is your Stratos of the deck. You can search any Odd Eyes monster from your deck, and that just helps phenomenally. And that just helps so much. Just being able to search, your Arc Brave, just being able to search your Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon, just being able to search any Odd Eyes in your deck, just really, really helps a lot. And that's why you have to play 3 of this card. So 3 Skullcrobat Joker. Next, we play 2 Minotaur. We play 2 Perform Power Odd Eyes Minotaur because basically in the scale, it gives all of your Odd Eyes, all your Odd Eyes monsters, all your Performer Power monsters piercing damage, which is just, like, insane for the fact that, oh, I have this in scale. I'm going to give my Odd Eyes monster that does double damage, piercing damage. And that is just insane in general, just being able to give any of your Odd Eyes monsters, any of your Performer Power monsters. Obviously, the only Performer Power monster we're playing outside of this is, like, this and maybe one other. And just being able to do that, it really, really does help so much. It really does, just being able to give piercing damage to your Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon. And this card is without a doubt one of the reasons why I wanted to do this deck profile, because this card giving Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon double damage, oh god, that's just so insane, guys. It really, really is. So 2 Perform Power Odd Eyes Minotaur, because it really is just insane. And 1 Odd Eyes Perform Power Odd Eyes Dissolver. You play this card because it's basically polymerization. While it's on board, you can basically fusion summon. And you can fusion summon using your Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon in this, or any other Pendulum monster, and you can even use monsters in your hand to do this, so you are getting your effect off, and essentially it will let you make your Vortex turn 1. This is basically your turn 1 Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon, which you really, really don't want to have, because the Vortex Dragon plus Arc Pendulum Dragon allows you to essentially, Vortex Dragon can never die. They destroy Vortex, Vortex come back, they destroy Vortex, Vortex come back, and it really is just a continuous loop, and that's why you really want to be able to play one Dissolver, and you can get this out of your deck very easily thanks to Arc Dragon as well, because it's an Odd Eyes monster, so this card just essentially lets you do your plays. It lets you get to your loops. It lets you get to the things that you need to do to be able to disrupt with your opponent. So, one Dissolver because it really just does help a lot. And finally, we played two. There's a lot of glare. I'm sorry, guys. We played two Astrograph Sorcerer. You're playing two Astrograph Sorcerer just because of it. Basically, you're destroying a lot in this deck. You really are, and this just says, oh, you destroyed something? Well, I'm gonna get an effect for it. I destroyed something. I'm gonna get an effect for it. And thanks to cards like Sky Iris, thanks to cards like Odd Eyes itself, this just gains you so much advantage. Plus, it's another level 7, which lets you go into your rank 7 plays. So, this really does come in handy in that fact, just because of it's a pendulum monster that will be able to be summoned as well. Plus, there's a low scale which can help at times as well. Did I forget? Oh, guys. I'm terrible. I forgot to get one more card. I put this deck together before the video. I'm terrible, guys. But the card that I was missing is Maxi. You play one Maxi. Like, if you want to play other hand traps, you can. You honestly can. And I know I was just terrible there because of like, oh, I forgot to put the Maxi in the deck. I am silly. But yeah, you want to play one Maxi in any deck, really. Maxi is just a really good card. If you want to play cards like Ash Blossom as well, you can. If you're going to play Ash Blossom, though, you can easily just, like, cut a Persona Dragon or, like, you can easily just cut a Persona Dragon or a Mirage Dragon for two of them. Like, it's not hard to really fit in, put Ash Blossoms, but this is more of a budget-esque version if you're going to play the deck, so... yeah, one Maxi because it's Maxi. You really want to play Maxi in any deck you play, so those are all the monsters, and I'm such an idiot for actually forgetting to put a Maxi in the actual deck. Silly me. But yeah, for spells we play 3 Sky Iris. Sky Iris, this card always brings back the memories, guys, just because of this is what you used in Odd Eyes Magicians and Performer Power Odd Eyes and stuff, so you play 3 for Sky Iris. It's searchable through the means of terraforming. It has protections for your for your Odd Eyes cards in Scale. It has protections for your Magician cards in Scale, and it has protection for your Performer Power cards in Scale. Like, you're not playing any Magicians, but this card, it's really good. You gotta play it, guys. You gotta play it. But the reason you mainly play it is because of it's another way to search your Arc Dragon, and you really want your Arc Dragon in this deck, guys. Arc Dragon is just the main source of power in this deck, and Sky Iris is just another way to get to it. Plus, it's also a way to enable Arc Dragon's effect to be able to summon from the deck or a graveyard or hand. This is just another way to get that off turn 1. And it's just another way to advance your plays a lot further. Honestly, Sky Iris is just an enabler in a deck. It's a searcher and an enabler. We play 3 terraforming to be able to get to our Sky Iris. Yes, we're playing the field spell engine in the deck, but you kind of have to. Next, we play 3 Spiral Flame Strike. Basically, what this card does is, you activate it, you search a level 7 Odd Eyes card from your deck to your hand. So another way to search your Archbrave, Arc Dragon, and if you control an Odd Eyes card, so even if it's a Scale, even if it's a field spell that says Odd Eyes, a quick continuous spell card, or just like a monster, you can destroy any card on the field. This card is basically a searcher, and it's a destruction of anything on the board. So this card basically has 2 utilities. It's another way to get to your Arc Dragon turn 1, which is very important, and it's a means to destroy anything. If you need to destroy something that's in your way, destroy it. If you need to do anything, end it. And this card isn't once per turn, guys, so How much more broken does it need to be? So, yeah, free Spiral Flame Strike. Next, you play free Dauntless Alliance. Another way to search your Arc Dragon, a way to search your Oddeyes Performer your Oddeyes Dragon, just another way to search anything in your deck, essentially. As you see, we're playing 12 search, no, not even that, 15 search cards. Yeah, we play a lot of search cards in this deck. Wait, no, it's 18 search cards thanks to Oddeyes as well. So we're playing a lot of search cards. Like, this deck is just full of them. Next, 2 Oddeyes Fusion, a way to get into your Oddeyes Vortex Dragon, another way to get into all your fusions. Really standard there, don't really have to explain it much. Next, 2 Cosmic Cyclones, a way to get rid of problematic back row. If your Spiral Flame Strike isn't enough or you want to use it for a search, you can use this instead. Very basic. 1 Raigeki because it's on the map. Like, this yellow bit here is a Raigeki. If you've ever watched my videos, you should know. 1 Raigeki because it's Raigeki. Those are all the spells, and we do play 1 trap as well, which is Solemn Scolding because it's Solemn Scolding. Negate anything, we never have back row, so yeah, pay 3k negate. Oh, you want to summon your Masterpiece? Negate. Oh, you want to activate a hand trap because it's gonna win the game? Negate. You wanna do anything? Negate. Yeah, just negate everything. That's the solid reason for playing the Solemn Scolding. So Solemn Scolding because it says negate. For extra deck, we play 1 Proxy Dragon because there's a certain combo that you need it for. 1 Decode Talker because it's a link free. 1 Gaia Saber because you need it for a certain combo. A Firewall Dragon because it's the main key card of the combo. A Borreload because it's Borreload. Trapeze Magician because you play free Joker. Sky Tomahawk for the combo. And I'm going to show you the basic combo now. Basically, you make this in the extra monster zone, and then you summon 5 tokens. You summon 5 tokens. 3 tokens turn into the Gaia Saber. 3 tokens turn into the Gaia Saber. 2 turn into the Proxy Dragon. And then the last token and the Gaia Saber turns into a Firewall. So that way you have a Firewall and a Proxy Dragon on the board. And this combo is it's a pretty decent combo. I use it myself quite a lot in this deck, so it's worth mentioning. 1 Big Eye because I want to because we want to take your opponent's stuff. 1 Flare Metal for those times when you don't get enough damage in and you're like, oh, I'm going to murder you. Goodbye. 2 Absolute Dragon because he's absolute. But no, basically you attack with this guy, you negate his own attack, you summon a material back, and then you have this and the material. Still very good. You play 2 as well because of the Oddeyes Fusion, and you might want to get rid of one of these instead of getting rid of something else. 1 Oddeyes Raging Dragon. This could honestly be the other one as well. The name escapes me. But this is just the Raging Dragon version. He's only there as a fusion material. Don't worry, you're never going to summon him. 1 Vortex because he's literally your best card in the deck when it comes to Arc Dragon. Just being able to graveyard summon, graveyard summon, graveyard summon. Just honestly one of those combos. 1 Starving Venom because it's another means to do piercing damage, and it's a way to and it's a way to take your opponent's effects like Masterpiece's effects. So pretty good. And 1 Oddeyes Venom Dragon because it's like, oh, I'm going to take all of the attack of your biggest monster and hit you with it. And also take its effect in Ning. So, yeah, it's a pretty good effect, guys. But, yeah, that is the deck profile, guys. Oddeyes, honestly, they're a decent deck. It's a great deck, it's an old deck, and I'm happy that it can actually be somewhat competitive now. I wanted to do this deck profile, as I said, because it's a good deck. It can be a solid tier 2, so it's tier 1.5 deck at times, and this deck can even top a regional or a locals very easily. It's not something that's going to win you worlds or anything, but it is something very decent. So, yeah, guys, that is the video. Tell me what you thought of it in the comment section below. Tell me if you think you're going to play Oddeyes. Tell me if you enjoyed it. Tell me if you, tell me if you like Oddeyes in general and this deck profile has helped you make your Oddeyes deck better. But, Yeah, guys, if you enjoyed the video and you want to tell me anything about it, maybe some changes to the deck that I could make to make it a bit more better, tell me that in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video and liked the video in the profile, show me that you enjoyed this profile and that you want to see more profiles from me by smacking the like button. And if you want to see more videos from me in the future, press the subscription button to subscribe to my channel and get notified and get my videos in your subscription box. And also, if you want to be notified of those videos as well, so you can be one of the first ones to watch them, press the notification bell as well, so you can watch them so you can be notified as soon as they are put out. But yeah, guys, this video, Odd Eyes, they're a decent deck, they do lots of damage, and they are fun. They're a great turn 2 OTK deck, /FTK deck, and yeah, they're very easy to get over everything your opponent could do. So, yeah, guys, as I said, like, comment, and subscribe for more videos. Odd Eyes, Spirals, Streams. I'm terrible when it comes to names, guys. Spiral Flame Strike. The Otaku in me came out. Bye, guys. Robobot1, signing out. Odd Eyes, you're a great deck.